Okay, hey everybody, it's Brian here, and just doing a quick update on the real estate market in Jefferson County, specifically the real estate market in Jefferson County, kind of leading up to the presidential election and how that affects things. So I fully expect to be interrupted by either my dog or a friend of mine in a minute, so let's make it cut short. Anyway, we did this a few weeks ago. And I was just looking at the same numbers that we looked at last time. The real estate market continues to look really healthy. Right now, there's 1,428 homes on the market. Last time we did this, which was the end of September, there were about 1,258 houses on the market. So there's about 200 more houses on the market than there were about 3 weeks ago. And so just more houses coming on the market. Last time we did this, there was a little over 1,400 homes pending, meaning under contract. And currently, there's over 2,005 houses that are under contract. So again, more houses on the market, more houses under contract. When we look at what's happened just over the past week in the real estate market, so over the last week, just under 298 houses have gone under contract in Jefferson County in the past week. Last time we did this, about 3 weeks ago, 281. There's the dog. Yes, I knew he was coming to see me. Last time we did this, 281 homes went under contract in the previous week. So again, more houses coming on the market, more houses going under contract, and more houses going under contract at a faster rate. So it just continues to be just all the signs of a really healthy real estate market. The other thing I was looking at was inventory. So that's basically how many houses are on the market. And when we take that and we look at the average houses that sell every month, how many months of inventory, meaning how many months would it take to sell every house that's on the market in theory. So last time we looked at this, there was about 1.65 months of inventory on the market, and now there's 1.67. So it's like basically the same thing, not a lot of difference, not a lot has changed. And same thing when I kind of looked at like different versions of that. We can look at the 12-month inventory, the 6-month inventory, the 3-month inventory, and they all have slightly different meanings. They all changed by like, 0.01 or, 0.02. So they're virtually the same. And that's incredibly low inventory. So when you talk about like 1 point anything months of inventory, it's really low. That means it would take about a month and some weeks to sell every single house that's on the market, which means we're heavily in a seller's market still. Great time to be selling. And also, I think as I mentioned last time we did this, that it's also a great time to be purchasing. So I'm actually currently looking at refinancing my house after only refinancing, I think, 3 years ago. Currently, I think I looked at my mortgage statement yesterday and my rate's 4.3%. And now I'm looking at possibly like, 2.5%. So significant savings over the life of my loan just to refinance. So rates continue to be super low, which I think is driving a lot of this. And I mentioned at the beginning of this, I was going to kind of try and tie into this what it means that we're going into a presidential election and what that means for real estate. So traditionally, people tend to say like going into a presidential election, real estate slows down. People kind of have uncertainty and tend to sit rather than purchasing or selling. I didn't do a ton of research on that, but I looked up a few articles, and because that's always been my belief that going into a presidential election, it's going to slow down. And the one article I pulled from Forbes talked about how, yes, how the housing market will slow down, and typically, historically, it'll slow down about 15%, but prices don't take much of a hit. In other words, there'll be less sales, but you're not going to be looking at a big dip in prices. So just for fun, I kind of went back and looked at the week that just passed, I went and pulled sort of what the real estate market looked like over all the past elections back to 2000. And so currently, for last week that just passed, 201 homes sold. That was not from today back, but like last week. So October 4th to the 10th, 201 houses sold with an average of 32 days on the market. That same week before the 2016 election, 194 houses, so slightly less, with an average of 60 days on the market. So 2016 was still a really healthy real estate market. Houses are selling basically twice as fast now, and there's more houses selling. So again, just all the signs that this is like we're looking at, a really historic time in the real estate market. Going backwards from there, 2012, that was kind of like the first couple of years of the recovery from the Great Recession. 83 houses sold that week, significantly less, and 124 days average on the market. The election before that, 2008, was really interesting. 105 houses sold with an average of 148 days on the market. Average 148 days on the market. I can't even imagine telling a seller these days that we've been on the market for 148 days, much less that being the average. So yeah, long, like fired before that happens. And then the elections before that kind of start to pick up again because election 2004, election 2000. I mean, they were like really good times in real estate. So anyway, just kind of fun stuff going back and looking through elections. If anybody's got any questions about their particular real estate market, their neighborhood, Irondale, Crestwood, Avondale, whatever, Helena, shoot me a private message. Happy to like pull up what's going on in your real estate market and send that to you. And look forward to doing this again down the road. Hey, Lee. What's up, Lee Weldon? All right, I'm out. See ya.